Welcome to Daily Office Devotions. I'm Reggie Kidd, joining you from inside the Cathedral Church of St. Luke in Orlando, Florida. If you're enjoying this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm glad to be with you on this Friday of the 5th week of Easter. Alleluia, the Lord is risen. The Lord is risen indeed. Alleluia. I love it every 7 weeks when Psalm 85 rolls back around in the daily office. Every time, a single verse from this psalm brings everything else going on around me to a halt. I have to pause to take it in once again. Mercy and truth have met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Psalm 85, verse 10. Think about the wonder of what's being said here. Deep within the wonder of God's very being, seeming opposites coalesce. The unbreakable truth of God's law meets the tenderness of God's mercy. The unbending rectitude of his righteous justice kisses the loving peaceability of his heart. He must judge rightly, and he loves endlessly. The Bible then, as a whole, turns out to be a telling of the epic of this dynamic, this meeting and this kissing as it is played out on the world stage, culminating at the cross of Calvary. There, truth and mercy meet. There, righteousness and peace kiss. There, as the Apostle Paul puts it, God shows himself to be just and justifier. Romans chapter 3, verse 26. This verse from Psalm 85 reminds me of the 18th century Welsh hymn, Here is Love, which includes this verse. On the mount of crucifixion, fountains opened deep and wide. Through the floodgates of God's mercy float a vast and gracious tide. Grace and love like mighty rivers poured incessant from above, and heaven's peace and perfect justice kissed a guilty world in love. What an arresting line, that last one. Heaven's peace and perfect justice kissed a guilty world in love. Ephesians chapter 2 finds the Apostle Paul reveling in the first place in the way that the walking dead, unworthy sinners all, have been, out of the richness of God's mercy, made alive in Christ. Indeed, they have been raised up and seated in the heavenly places right alongside the ascended, ruling Christ. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 1 through 10, today's epistle reading. In the second place, Ephesians 2 shows Paul glorying over the way that formerly alienated people, Jew and Gentile, have been made one since Christ has become their peace. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 11 through 21, tomorrow's epistle reading. Truth and mercy, righteousness and peace. Accordingly, at the end of the Sermon on the Mount in our gospel reading, Jesus urges, I paraphrase, build your life on the solid rock of this truth, not on the sand of your own machinations and strivings. Don't think you can approximate God's righteousness on your own merit. Don't think you can presume to find mercy apart from my blood of the covenant. Matthew chapter 26, verse 28. Take the whole package deal. Take me, he says, because in me, mercy and truth meet. Take me, because in me, righteousness and peace kiss. Take me, because in me, heaven's peace and perfect justice kissed a guilty world in love. Be blessed this day.